Have you ever been stuck in traffic? Awful, right? You look up at the sky, it's so open, so free, you think, wow, I wish my car could just fly. This is a big dream. Humans have always wanted to soar like birds. We see birds flying. They go anywhere they want. This idea of personal flight is super exciting. Imagine no more red lights, no more traffic jams on the ground. Just you, your car, and the big blue sky. This dream isn't new. It has been around for a very, very long time, captivating inventors and storytellers. People have dreamed of flying cars for over a century. Think about it. Movies show them. Books describe them. Cartoons make them look so easy and fun. Remember the Jetsons? George Jetson zipped around in his flying car. It looked like the coolest thing ever. This idea captured our imaginations. It made us think, when can we have that? The desire comes from a simple place. We want freedom. We want to move easily. We want to save time and avoid the frustrations of ground travel. It's a powerful vision of the future. This dream is about more than just convenience. It's about pushing boundaries. It's about what humans can achieve. Can we really take our everyday travel into the third dimension, up into the air? Scientists and engineers love a good challenge. And making a car fly is a huge challenge. It combines two very different types of machines. A car drives on roads, an airplane flies in the sky. Putting them together is a fascinating puzzle. It's the kind of puzzle that gets people really excited to solve. So, why this deep fascination? It's because flying cars represent progress. They symbolize a futuristic world, a world where technology solves big problems, like crowded cities, or getting to far places quickly. They offer a picture of a cleaner, faster, and maybe even quieter way to travel. This isn't just about a cool new gadget, it's about transforming how we live our lives, how we connect with each other, and how we build the cities of tomorrow. The dream is big, and it keeps inspiring us. The very first ideas for flying cars were amazing. They were also quite ambitious. Think way back to the early 1900s. Airplanes were brand new. Cars were still pretty new too. Some brave inventors thought, let's combine them. One of the earliest known concepts was Glenn Curtis's Autoplane in 1917. It was more like a car with wings attached. It didn't really fly very well. It mostly hopped. But it was a start. It showed that people were serious. They were drawing designs. They were building things. These early inventors were pioneers. They faced huge difficulties. Engines were heavy and not very powerful. Materials like wood and fabric were not strong enough for a car that could also fly safely. Imagine trying to make a car body light enough to lift off the ground, yet strong enough for road bumps. Waldo Waterman's Aerobile in the 1930s was another interesting attempt. It was a high-wing monoplane with detachable wings. You could drive it like a car, then attach the wings and fly. It actually flew, which was a big step. Consider the Airphibian, built by Robert Fulton in the 1940s. This was clever. It was an airplane, but you could remove the wings and tail, then you could drive the main body like a car. It even got certified by the aviation authorities. That was a big deal. It proved that a roadable aircraft was possible. However, converting it from car to plane took time, and it was expensive. These early machines were often clunky. They were not very practical for everyday use, but they were important stepping stones. Another famous example is the Taylor Aerocar, designed by Moulton Taylor in the 1950s and 60s. This one looked more like a real car with foldable wings. It could drive on the highway. Then, at an airport, you could unfold the wings and fly. A few were built, some even flew for many years. These inventors were dreamers, yes, but they were also doers. They took their wild ideas and tried to make them real. They laid the groundwork for everything that came after. Their efforts, even if not commercially successful, fueled the dream. For a long time, flying cars were stuck. The dream was big, the early tries were brave, but the technology just wasn't there yet. Think about engines. Early engines were huge and heavy. They did not make much power for their size. You need a lot of power to lift a car, and you need the engine to be light. This was a major problem. Materials were also an issue. Cars were made of steel. Airplanes needed to be light. Steel is too heavy for a flying car that also needs to perform on the road. Then things started to change. Big time. New materials came along. Think about aluminum. It's much lighter than steel but still strong. Then came even lighter stuff. Composite materials like carbon fiber. This is super strong and incredibly lightweight. Formula One race cars use it. Modern airplanes use it. Now, you can build a vehicle body that is light enough to fly and strong enough to be safe. This was a huge breakthrough. Lighter materials mean you need less power to take off. That's science in action. Engines got a lot better too. They became smaller, lighter, and much more powerful. Jet engines are amazing for airplanes, but maybe too much for a personal flying car. Then came big improvements in piston engines, and now, electric motors. Electric motors are a game changer. They can be very small and very powerful. They are also quieter, and they don't produce exhaust fumes like gasoline engines. Batteries have also improved a lot. They can store more energy in a smaller, lighter package. This makes electric flying cars, or eVTOLs, truly possible. Design tools also got a massive upgrade. Computers. Engineers can now use powerful software. They can design and test flying car ideas on a computer before they even build anything. This saves a lot of time and money. They can simulate airflow. They can test for strength. They can try out different shapes and designs. This allows for much faster innovation. So, with lighter materials, better power sources, and smarter design tools, the dream of flying cars started to look much more realistic. Technology caught up with the dream. Even with cool new technology, making flying cars common is tough. There are big challenges. First, safety. This is number one. What happens if something goes wrong in the air? Flying cars need to be super safe. Much safer than regular cars or even small planes. They need backup systems. Parachutes maybe, or multiple motors so if one fails, others can keep it flying. Regulations will be very strict. And that's a good thing. We want everyone to be safe, on the ground and in the air. Then there's the cost. Wow. Early flying cars will likely be very expensive. Think about all the new technology inside them, the special materials, the complex systems. Not everyone will be able to buy one at first. So, how do we make them affordable? Mass production can help. Just like with regular cars. The more you build, the cheaper each one becomes. But getting to that point takes a lot of investment. And a lot of people willing to buy them. It's a big economic puzzle. And what about the rules of the sky? We have air traffic control for airplanes. But what about thousands of flying cars? Over cities? That's a whole new level of complexity. We'll need new systems. Maybe automated air traffic management, designated sky highways or air corridors, and pilots? Will everyone need a pilot's license? Or will the cars fly themselves? Autonomous flight technology is advancing fast. This could be key to making flying cars easy and safe for many people to use. These are big questions that need answers. Despite these hurdles, many brilliant people and companies are working hard. Right now, companies like Joby Aviation, Wisk Aero, EHang, and Archer Aviation are building amazing prototypes. Many are focusing on eVTOLs. That means electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft. They can take off and land like a helicopter. No need for a long runway. They are doing test flights. They are working with regulators. They are showing that this technology is real. It's happening. The progress is incredibly exciting to watch. These innovators are paving the way. So, what could the future look like with flying cars? Imagine cities with less noise from road traffic. Cleaner air too, if many flying cars are electric. You might go to a vertiport on top of a building, or in your neighborhood. Your flying car, or an air taxi would pick you up. Then, whoosh, you fly smoothly over the city, straight to your destination. Commutes that take an hour now could take just 15 minutes. Think of the time you would save. More time for family, for hobbies, for work, or just for relaxing. This could change how we design our cities. We might need fewer big roads cutting through neighborhoods, more space for parks and people. Buildings might have landing pads on their roofs. Transportation hubs could link ground travel with air travel seamlessly. It could also connect remote areas better. Imagine getting medical help to a faraway village quickly, or delivering goods to places that are hard to reach by road. Flying cars could truly shrink distances and bring people closer. It's a big shift in thinking about urban planning. Of course, it won't happen overnight. It will be a gradual change. At first, maybe for emergency services, or as a premium taxi service. Then, as technology gets better and costs come down, more people could use them. We'll need new jobs too. People to design, build, and maintain these vehicles. People to manage the skyways. It's a whole new industry waiting to be born. The impact on our daily lives could be profound. Similar to how cars changed the world over a century ago, or how the internet changed it more recently. The journey of the flying car is a story of human ingenuity, from a simple dream of freedom to complex machines that are now taking to the skies. It shows us that if we can imagine it, and if we work hard at it, we can make amazing things happen. Flying cars could revolutionize travel. They could make our world more connected. They could make our cities better places to live. The sky is not the limit. It's just the beginning of a new adventure in how we move. Consider the possibilities. It's going to be an exciting future.